Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm excited that each and every one of you is here with me today. It's been a while, I know. I'll explain that in a few minutes. But I just want to say welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm super excited you're here and you've decided to become part of our little family. And big hugs and kisses to all of you who've been with me a long time or even recently. So if you're watching and you're commenting and you're giving me thumbs up and liking my videos, you are all very, very important to me. You're part of my little YouTube family. So anyway, how are you guys? I hope you're all good and doing well and things are good for you. You're healthy and the storms in your area aren't too crazy. We were supposed to get one yesterday that didn't come in. It just sort of fizzled out. So today we're expecting another one, well, tonight actually, so we'll see. They completely said, oh, storm warnings and flooding and high winds, and we got zip. We got a little bit of mist, so that's okay too. But anyway, I would have loved to see some rain. So anyway, I've been gone a little bit. I'll explain that just briefly, real quickly. I became more and more ill, and I kept pushing myself through videos until I just couldn't get out of bed. So went to the doctor and she confirmed it. And so I was having problems with my jaw. It hurt to open it or talk or do anything. And so she said it was due to stress and pushing myself through pain, through exhaustion, trying to, make everyone happy. And I just was done. So she put me on bed rest, no talking, soft foods, and I do mean bed rest. No videos. I didn't watch any crafty videos at all. None of my favorites, nobody. I didn't watch any videos. I did not talk unless I had to. We'll see how far I get on this video before I have to quit. So it also had triggered my other illnesses to the point of life-threatening. So I did absolutely nothing but lay down with my eyes closed and listen to YouTube audio books. I tried to read, but I really even couldn't do that. And rested. And that's what I did. And as I started to feel better and I would get a little restless, I'd come into my craft room and do little bits and pieces, but nothing major. Just fussed around, made some copies, puttered here and there, threw things away or made a nice little pile of something or, wrote down ideas and wrote down what I wanted to do. And then I started, as I would feel better a little bit each day, I would start to make little samples for future ideas. Well, not ideas, but future videos. And so this is future videos for you guys. And they are the sample with one completed and then grab some papers to go with it. So anyway, I'm getting this nice fat little envelope, but it's not real pretty. So what I decided to do in today's video is to cover this, make it pretty. I'm going to do a couple of them. So as I get ideas and I make the sample, I put it in there and hopefully I write some directions so I remember, because a lot of times I'll do a sample and then I don't remember what was this for? What was I going to do with this? So hopefully I've got it that little better organized since I've had time to rest. Feel like a different person, but I'm not 100% there. So I don't know how many videos you'll see. Thank you to everyone who either sent me a messenger message or a email or a comment message or Instagram message. Thank you, each and every one of you who is concerned about me and said, where are you? What are you doing? Are you okay? I did not answer back because I was not supposed to. I apologize. I generally don't see my email. That is where I strictly look for certain things, and I tend to, and my email also will not allow anything to come through that it's not in my, that isn't in my address book. So if it's not in there, chances are your email didn't even get to me, and I apologize if I didn't respond because, and I really wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to have zero stress. So no TV, no nothing. I basically, as my sister would call it, cave it, bear in a cave, and go into the dark cave and stay there. The room was darkened, it was quiet, and that's what I really needed. I'm not done with that yet. When I get tired, my jaw starts aching. I immediately go back to that. So not a lot of crafting, but some. So I was able to make some fun samples, but I don't think this pouch is real pretty. It's already starting to get bent up, so I feel like it needs a little help. These are the expandable file folders, and they open up. They have a nice expansion on the sides. You can get a lot in there. We do sell these in our shop, which is Design Journal and Supply, and that's going to lead me into, this is the shop. For those of you who are brand new and don't know, my daughter and I have this shop. Her name is Jolene. She manages it for me, with me, and for me. So I make stuff and she makes sure it either gets posted or whatever. She's the admin girl. She's the everything. So she does it all. And plus makes her own things to put in there. And she has her own YouTube channel. But anyway, now for our shop. Sunday, February 16th is our 1-year shop anniversary. Can you believe it, guys? That went so fast. Now, anyone shopping in the shop on that day only, if you make a purchase of any kind, you'll be entered into a drawing for a 1-year anniversary bundle. And the bundle will be pieces from the shop as well as from us. And it'll be a few days before we draw it. Hopefully she'll come over. We'll sit here and we'll do the drawing together. We'll pick our winner, and it will only be names from those who actually placed an order and shopped in the shop on February 16th. That's Sunday, February 16th. And at midnight on the 16th, at the end of the day, at midnight, boom, it cuts off. Anybody, if you come in at 12:05, sorry, you will not be entered into the drawing, okay? So there may be things made by me, her, and then things from the shop. So again, Sunday, February 16th, if you shop in the shop. And thank you to all of you. Each and every one of you has supported us by shopping in the shop. For those of you who are new and you don't know, we created it for our YouTube family, watchers, viewers, and friends and family. And it's to support the projects that I do. Like, this is a project. This is in the shop, and we're going to be doing a project with it today. So if you wanted to make it, you could just go buy a few. You don't need to buy 100 or 200 or 500 or whatever the minimum is on a piece. You can get a few things. You can buy a few yards of lace. You can buy trims and ephemera. You can buy charms. Excuse me. You can buy all kinds of fun things. So we did that so that you could do similar projects to what I'm doing using all the pieces that I use. You can make your own things. So that's the reason for the shop, and you can get these in the shop. Okay, so if you need them, because these are these gusseted, and they're kind of hard to find. So we really love them, and I use them myself in my home. Or in my studio, I have a whole big thing where I've glued these all together and made a big old accordion file. I actually have a video on it, and I keep digitals in it. So this is project one. So this is a project file. File pocket. Haven't made a video in a while here, guys, so bear with me if it's not perfect. Now, I need to address something. We have been getting harassed or harangued or whatever about why don't we sell to other countries. We do not sell outside of the U.S., and we're glad we don't, because now with tariffs and taxes, it's going to get real difficult to figure out where we can sell and where we can't. With the EU restrictions and regulations, selling out of the U.S., again, would require a massive amount of things we just do not want to deal with. We are a very small, brand new shop. We don't have the capability. We live in a very small ag town. Even though it's grown, the services have not. And our post office, the people there have been there 100 years, but they're very limited trained. They do not like and do not want to deal with international shipping. They give us a very hard time if we try to ship something international. So we decided we don't need the hassle, and it's not worth the time or money. We don't have enough high-end products to justify the amount of time it would take to go to a big city, stand in line for hours, drop it off, and then drive all the way back. It's just not cost-effective or time-effective for us. So we chose, and it's our choice, not to ship out of the United States. I apologize to those of you who live elsewhere. We love you all very much. We wish we could, but it's just not within our capabilities or the capabilities of our little town. I've explained this repeatedly, but I'm still getting comments that aren't polite about, well, I don't understand why you won't sell to us. Like, you guys, get over it. We're not going to. We love you. We want to support you, but we know you want to support us, and we so appreciate you for wanting to buy from us, and we would love, love, love to do it. But where we live is a big factor the new tariffs and taxes are a big factor, and the EU complications are a huge factor in Europe. Now, if you're in Canada, there are restrictions there as well. You can send to us easily, but it's not easy for us to send to you. And so I know people do it, but we are a tiny little shop. My daughter runs this for me. My health does not allow me to work in the shop. I cannot do it and make videos and create. She is a mom a wife and mother who lost her husband. She is a young widow. She is trying to raise 2 girls who are extremely busy and active. We pitch in, so other time is taken from us and YouTube and the business to help her. She has her hands full. She is at her maximum limit. She cannot be dealing with international shipping. So I apologize. Sorry I had to put this out there, but it was very, very necessary for me to make it clear why we are not doing shipping. And I don't really appreciate someone harassing me about it on a regular basis. If the person continues to do, I will have to remove her from my YouTube list. So anyway, we love you all. We thank each and every one of you who has bought anything from us. And I'm sorry I had to deal with this, but part of this is what finally took me out. I'd had enough and I needed a break from all of this. I also had someone report us to YouTube as doing something illegal on our channel. My last video got pulled by YouTube. They did the investigation and put it right back up. But when they did, there was no title, no information, so the video did not do well at all. Not your fault, not anyone's fault. It had to do with the person that made a bogus claim against me. They've also done it to me on Instagram. So someone out there is out to get me, wants to shut me down. I really don't appreciate it. But, you know, what are you going to do? I love you all. I want to be good and kind and loving to everyone. But I got fed up. I was done. So I took a break. If that kind of stuff continues, then I will just leave YouTube and not come back. So we'll see what happens, okay? But for now, I loved you all, and I missed you so much is the reason I did come back. Otherwise, I would not have. I would have just made the break and kept staying off YouTube. So for those of you who love my videos, I love you all. I appreciate you. You're the most important people to me. You help me to get out of bed and help me to get better. So anyway, this is our project today. So we're going to decorate this up a little bit. Not too much because it does take kind of a beating, but we are going to do something with that. So here's one here. We'll probably cover that. I will show you, this was the video that got pulled. I don't know what the deal was, but it was just strictly a stack your stash. I don't know if it was verbiage. I don't know what. Or someone was just being cruel and is jealous and trying to shut me out. So, but I don't want comments on this. Please, please, please. I don't need to read comments. I know you all support me. I would really, really prefer it if they were just the normal, that's beautiful, I love what you're doing. Those comments are welcome. I know you want to support me, so please do not comment on the shutting down of the videos or Instagram or even the international issue. I know you're thinking of me, so please, let's just leave it alone and let's just talk about what I make today, okay? I would really appreciate it. So anyway, I made these darling, they're a pocket, so what you would do is you would glue this down on your page. I should have grabbed a journal to show you how these work because new people do not know. They don't know all the fun things we can do. We don't have to just make a simple glue it on pocket. You can make something pretty to put in our journals. So we would glue this on. You would open this up and you could write here, and then you could put your card or tag or tab or whatever you want to put in there. And you have this gorgeous little pocket, right? So I did them this way. I chose to use cardstock here. You could use a light printed paper, a lacy paper, something that you don't mind writing on, or not. You could just leave this side plain, or you could just not worry about it here. This could be a printed paper right here to where it goes like this. And then you have your tag tucked in, say that 50 times fast, tag tucked in to write on, and you would have this page to write on. Now, if you say, well, how am I going to write on it? There's a page over there. Well, get yourself or make yourself a little writing board, and then you can easily write on that. And you just tuck it under there, and that's just made out of cardboard and covered with paper. One side has stuff on it that's bumpy. You wouldn't write on that, but this side is absolutely smooth for you to write on. So if you tuck that in behind, you can definitely do that. I think I have videos on writing boards, but maybe we'll do in one of these days just to show you. make them for all your journals. So I did 4 different ones, and this is, the base is made from 1 sheet of cardstock in this case, and 1 sheet of digital paper, or you could use scrapbook paper, whatever you like. Now this one opens this way, so it opens out. So if you wanted to put it on this side, or you wanted to put it over here. Now, you'll notice 2 of these have a little, kind of a little notch, thumb notch, because they are definitely meant as pockets. This actually was meant more as something to go into a pocket, right? So instead of it becoming a pocket, it goes into a pocket. Or maybe it goes into a belly band, something like that. So, you know, you have that option with those, right? So since I've already made the video, I will probably go back and remake it for you. And this was also what I did on the video, because these were a stack your stash. So you can see I did a few right off the bat. I was able to do 2 full projects in an hour and get all of this done. Were they quite as decorated? No, of course I did some of the decorating off time, but I did the majority of it on. So what this one is, so let's open this back up again. Let's get our page. Let's get a nice clean page. Okay. So this one here would be glued down on your page, and you would open it. Now this looks very similar to one of the other ones we did. The other one we did had a little tuck on the side. This one, no tuck, it just has it up here, and it's closed this way, and it's made from 1 sheet of paper. Okay, so that's the nice part. So you would glue it down, open it out, and do your writing. Again, you would stick your writing board under it so that you could have plenty of writing space and not be writing off the table, right? Or you could just fold it as you go and just write a little bit at a time. And then you also, because I used a plain sheet of paper, you have both sides, right? So isn't that cool? So this has a ton of writing space. It's glued on there. If you glue it on right, you could also have a nice little tuck pocket back there, right? So this is another one. And this is done with 2-sided paper, again, glued down. You go out this way. Now you could add sheets of white paper, or, cream, white, pink, whatever you want, if you want to create more writing space, but you don't have to. You can just leave it as a pretty, but you would write over here. Right. Now, we would not normally put it on a clean page like this. We would put it on something like this that really isn't writable. And now you've taken a beautiful piece of vintage or Victorian or paper and turned it into something you could write on. So it also makes your journal look really pretty, right? And then we have a little tuck spot here, okay? So this is the same way. I printed on both sides of this white paper. I put a pink on the back. I just got some pink cardstock and copied it onto here. And, you know, again, you could, add strips of paper if you want to be able to write on there. If you're a big writer, or you feel like you want to add more to your journal that you're maybe selling. These are, again, a good stack your stash. They're very quick and easy. And again, if you guys want to see these, just say you want to see the pockets, the pieces that I didn't get to show you. I did these in a video that is not here. Okay. So I actually decided not to remake. Well, I didn't remake the video. I was pretty upset. So I just left it as not something I'm going to, share. Oh, the video wasn't good. So anyway, and it got pulled and put back, and oh, what a mess. So anyway, not worth doing. Then, while I was out, I made these darling little envelopes. These were inspired by a little bit French. Aren't these gorgeous? And they're little mini envelopes. And they are a digital copy of French envelopes. And then there's something that you can put goodies into. And I've decorated the outsides. This is my version. It's not identical to Rhonda's. Hers is different than mine. But she is the absolute inspiration for this. And so isn't that gorgeous? Oh, love it. And these are all vintage fabrics that I got from my friend Marlene at Uniquely Ella. And I mixed them in with mine. So that's one of mine, but I grabbed some stuff from an order that I just bought from her. And I added to hers, and then added some of my vintage buttons and little knickknacks. And isn't that pretty? And the idea for this, I think, would be also, I want to put some pictures in those. So I have some pretty little pictures They're going to have to be small because honestly, you know, that's a pretty small little envelope. You're not going to be able to put anything real big in there. Let me grab this one because that's got everybody there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. And now what I'll probably do in my slow time is I will probably back these and make them a bit bigger, but depending upon how they fit in the envelope will depend on what I do with them, right? So we'll see. Let's go like this. I'm not going to talk through the whole video. I'll take breathers where I seem very quiet, but it's just because I need to relax my jaw. And let's go here. I have a bunch of beautiful little children. I believe it's a digital from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals. She has a ton of beautiful little boys and girls and, oh, just beautiful everybody. So I've got to look for my other smaller images. Not really sure where I put those after Christmas. I've got to look up and see if I don't think I packed those away. I would think I wouldn't. But I also have children, beautiful little girls from way before that I saw Gail Gustinelli using. And I thought, oh, I want to. But I was thinking if I made these just a bit bigger on card and make them look very vintage, that they would be fun to have in these little envelopes. Now, I was thinking that I also probably want to just round the corners a bit. And this is something I'll be working on. They're probably going to go in my shop at some point with something else, or they'll go into one of my little stuffed envelopes or something like that. I don't really know where they're going to go. I just made them because I was inspired by Rhonda prior to my getting super ill. I had them sitting on my desk waiting. So as I started to feel better, she actually has these little envelopes in a digital. So on her channel. And I believe she's Paris Girl. Is it 55? 5? Paris Girl something. Honestly, I'm sorry, Rhonda. I can't remember what. I hope I'm saying your name right, too. I've been out of it for so long. I don't know. Anyway, it's a little bit French. So if you go over to a little bit French, you can find her channel. And find her channel under a little bit French on YouTube. And then you can find her shop from there. She always has a link. She's also on Instagram, too. So... And I believe Instagram, she is a little bit French. I think that's her Instagram name. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point is I am going to just stick these in here for the moment to remind myself that, yes, I want to add them. But I want to add some other things in the envelope as well. I'm going to stuff these little envelopes. They're going to be cute. Okay, so that's something I was working on. And I backed them all. I ran them off. I backed them all. And then I made all the little clusters. And then you just saw me do that. You saw me. I did those. I did a lot of projects. So this is another project I did. This is pretty cute. This is a little envelope. And isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. This one was inspired by Happiness and Crafting, G. Kerr. There's a little goodie to go in that pocket there. Then I made this tag to go in it right here. Now everything's good and dry, I think, because the lace was still pretty wet when I was trying to put this card in here. And this one, I was going to just put that there. And I'm thinking I want to put a lace pocket here, maybe. Then I started this one. I haven't gotten very far. I need to finish it. I just need to add some pearls. You can see it's got it's a tag with a little pocket. Probably want to put some lace up there. So these are bits and pieces that I'm working on right now. Like I said, I'm taking it slow and easy. There were probably other cute little things that I did that I just am not remembering what I did with them, you know, when I was done with them. So I'm going to put these back in here. I don't know if I want to put a clip on them now. At the bottom to remind myself when I'm going through here for my next videos, which ones I want to do. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting it back in there. Okay, yes, I have all kinds of samples, bits and pieces I've started. I'm looking to see what else I have. Oh, this is a fun one that I've been working on. I still have a little bit of decorating to go, but we're going to have a video for that. So as you can see, I've got all kinds of goodies in here ready to go as I want to make videos, so I don't have so much stress about what am I going to make today, right? So that would be the thing. Now, oh my goodness. Only took a minute to make a mess out of my dust in it. All right, now let's move on to, I gotta get a drink of water. I'm not used to talking. I have TMJ, and that's what happened is it got, I was grinding my teeth too much and holding my jaw together, trying to suppress pain and the stress I was feeling over everything. So, yeah, it got really bad. TMJ got horrific. And I just wasn't doing my videos justice, so it was time to stop. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to cover that. Now, I have 2 brand new kits from Shabby Dabby Doodah. You know I love Tina's work, and I'm a huge supporter of hers. She has a new Valentine kit, 2025. But she also made it where you have a lot of pieces that are not necessarily... ooh, you know, I love the teal and pink. That's going to work on there. I love that. And, oh gosh, I love that too. What I might do is maybe, these are the 3 I've chosen so far. Am I going to cover the back? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I? I ask that rhetorically because by the time you answer me, I will already be done with the project. So you don't have to worry about answering me. I would like to put a couple on there, I think, maybe. But I don't want it to be too Valentine-y. But see, like, that's not overly Valentine's. That's just lovers. They're so pretty. Oh, I love them. I think it's going to be them. This is a huge kit. There's 31 pages. Ooh, there's also that one. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the whole kit. There's just too many pages here, but I grabbed a few. I also have for my second one, I have her, which I love, Vintage Desk set. She has 1, 2, and 3. I have all of them. So I think I've worked a lot with 1 and 2 already in projects, so I will probably use 3 to cover a second file folder if we can get to it. So we're going to kind of collage it. Not heavily, but we are going to collage a bit. So we'll see how this goes. I'm thinking I'm not going to do every bit of it. I just don't want to see, plus I want to reinforce this front. So maybe I will do every bit of it or do the middle maybe. Yeah, that might not be bad. I'm thinking. Okay. So probably the first thing I need to do is get these. And I didn't really have any time or energy to pre-cut. I apologize for that, but give me 2 seconds. I'll leave these gorgeous papers on here for you to study and look at. Aren't they stunning? Oh my goodness. Tina, she's the master of digitals, of romantic, shabby, vintage Victorian digitals. Everybody has their genre, and I follow them because of what they do. I just want to get off some of that wall. I didn't want to, let me see. We know we want to use those and that. I don't know where I guess it goes that way. Let me grab these and get them cut real quick. Okay, I'm sorry. Now you can look at these. Aren't these pretty? Beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful. Okay, guys, I missed you. I hope you miss me. I did put a message on Facebook. I know we don't have our Facebook group. It's because my daughter is swamped and we haven't had time to put it together. And then I got sick, so really sick. All right, that's good enough. I think we can cut down the rest with my smaller For those of you who are new, I have a big cutter sitting on my side counter here in the studio. Her name is Bertha. I've had her for 30 or 40 years. I don't know, I've had her forever. At least since 1997, maybe? 1990? A long time. So, I gotta figure out what I want to use. Now, I know I want to use this, but I don't think I want to use the whole thing because I want to use some other colors, right? So, let's, one thing I like to do when I want a shape at the very top is I will take and I will put this inside of whatever it is I want to use. And I'm going to put this clear up to the top. Now, if I turn it over, I will not get the right shape, by the way. If you flip this paper over, then whatever little mark you make over here is only going to end up over here and it won't fit. So, if someone says, well, why don't you flip it over so you don't see the pencil? Well, I'll just erase the pencil. It's no biggie. That's why we use pencil. That's why I'm not using pen. Okay. I can see it, no problem. Where did my scissors go? Go here. I'm going to cut the shape out fairly. It won't be identical, but it'll be close enough that I should get the look that I want. And since you're not in my head, you don't know what that is, but you'll get it in just a minute. It's hard to know what a designer wants when she's, you know, working on me. Easy peasy. You just erase anything you think might be there. That's going to drive you crazy. I believe I got it all. There wasn't much. I did real good because I tried to cut on the inside of that. Oh, that has a pretty rose. All right. Now, the only thing I don't like is the pencil that ended up on here. But easy peasy. We can erase it. All right, we're good to go. No biggie. Little erasing never hurt anybody, right? Now I moved it over, as you can see, so that I'll probably put something there. Now, even though I'm going to cut some of this off, it is not a waste of my time to do that. It wasn't, whoops, sorry guys, that was my other cutter just went boom. I would like to add some roses over here. Okay, so let's see. Actually, we're going to take that cutter that just fell on the floor. I don't know why it was sitting up on a basket, I think, and it must have just let go. Trying to decide where I want to cut this off at. So we're going to glue there, right? And then I think we're going to take, and I could do this. I don't think I will. I think I'll hold it up there where I want it. I want to put this much more up there. Let's go to the edge there. Yeah, I think I want to cut it off. I'm going to overlap that just a little bit, maybe not quite that much though. Because I really want to see those roses. Oh, I do want to see those roses. I'm going to have a lot of really pretty papers to play with later, aren't I? So then what I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to put it up here. This is the easiest for me. You do things your way. If you have a way that you like better, that you want to use to do this, but I find you get the shape it's a lot closer to the shape you want if you do it this way. This pencil's a bit darker than the other one that I used to erase with. This eraser, I think, has gone hard on the end, which they do, you know, after time. Pencils go hard on one end, and erasers, unless you're using them daily, which, of course, I don't use a daily eraser because I'm not in school. And hopefully I did this right. Of course, I could piece this all the way at the top and not do this, but that's not my usual way of doing things. So I don't really want this heavily collaged. I don't want it so over busy. Plus, I don't want it to be vulnerable, you know, with a lot of... Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to try gluing those on and then I can just trim because I really like that over that. I don't like this harsh edge, but I think that might be where I'm going to put my couple, maybe. So that would kind of take away from that. And you'll notice now I have kind of 2 layers up here to keep it from bending and, you know, getting damaged, putting stuff in and out of my file folder, right? So that's my thought there. Let me get a glue mat. Now, I don't glue on books. I glue on mats that I can wash, take to my sink and wash. I feel like there's so much paper in the landfill. Even if you try to reuse it, the amount of stuff you would have from the glue books would be crazy, right? So I don't really want to contribute to the landfill. We do recycle paper here, but I don't know how good they are at it, honestly. I have the fiction pens. I forget what they're called. Anyway, I've got pencils and pens and all kinds of specialty stuff. I just prefer good old-fashioned pencil today, right? Now, before I glue that on, I have to ask myself, what do I want to ink this with? I think I'm just going to ink it with Vintage Photo. And I am just going to do some of this right here before we do this. I think it's going to be easier than trying to do. And then, of course, I'll go over it one more time. If you don't like to ink or this isn't your thing, that's fine. If you do, this is Distress Ink by Tim Holtz, acid-free. Ranger is the product name. Oh my, I just created myself a mess here. I had one of those. The pad gets, you know, pretty yucky. I mean, I do so much inking, and I re-ink these all the time. Keep them moist. Keep them turned over so they stay moist. All right. Now, I have to decide what kind of glue do I want to use. I will probably use my Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix or 3-in-1, whichever glue you like, because I can move it around. If I use my art glitter, you guys, I can't believe it. I went through my stash. I was talking to my daughter on the phone. We were chit-chatting about shop business, and I was looking for my glue, and I said, "You're not going to believe this, honey. I don't have any glue." She's like, "What?" I said, "I thought I had a ton of art glitter glue, all set for the winter, because I always make sure before winter comes because they stop selling." And I didn't have any. I had filled up my bottle. Not quite. Oh, I went to fill up my bottle. I didn't have enough to fill it, so I went to go get another bottle. All I had was other tiny little bottles, new ones, which I don't want to open at this point because the little ones are kind of hard to get sometimes. So I was like, "Oh no, oh no," and she's like, "Uh-oh." So I did place an order, but normally I would order it from a small shop, another, you know, Etsy shop that has supplies, but they qualify to get. Oh, that's gonna be funny. I'll have to fix that. That's all right. This is just a file folder I'm using for storage. I don't really care if it's perfect or not. So I went on to Amazon and I ordered some because Amazon doesn't seem to follow the no shipping in cold weather. I mean, California doesn't get that cold, but we have had 30-degree mornings. We haven't had any 20s, thank God, but thank goodness. But, well, I'm going to say thank God because I would have no plants. I want to thank him for not destroying my yard this year because I do feel like he's in charge. Some years I lose everything and it's like, oh, we're getting old. We don't have the money to keep replacing the whole yard. We did lose a bunch of plants during the summer with the heat and age. Sorry, my head's probably in there, but that's okay. I just got my hair cut. My daughter came over and cut my hair. Yay! So anyway, was I saying? I forgot. Oh, so I had to order glue. Ordered it from Amazon. All to say, I ordered it from Amazon. Hope I get it. Hopefully it's not coming from somewhere back east, because it could come frozen and then it's ruined, you know, but we'll see. It's a chance I took from, that's what I get for not checking up. I have tons and tons of art glitter glue. I mean, of Fabrifix and Fabri-Tac and all that, but for some reason, I don't know, I blanked on it. I'm thinking I could take and just, I don't want to turn it like that. I want to put some roses across the bottom. Maybe just go with a whole piece and then put another little piece there. I know I'm kind of making it checkerboard, but I can do that if I want, right? Scissors. Where are my scissors? I'm going to try a Tina. She folds it like this, and then she cuts across the spine here. And I'm like, I don't know. Can I do it? And she gets dead on perfect. I'm not sure that's going to work for me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how she does this. Honestly, she's amazing. She can cut a straight line in the paper. Forget it. I'm going to go to the cutter. Oh, that's not going to work for me. I tried. It's so not my thing, right? Darn it. Darn it. I can see this being a paper I will use a lot. It is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay. Cut a couple strips in case I need to fill in, right? So here we go. Let's cut. Where'd that one go? Oh, this one I was cutting. Let me just, what if I do that and then put this greenie over here? That would kind of give us a different look, right? So anyway, all that to say, I ran out of art glitter glue, ordered some, hope it comes in. It's not frozen because it's full of water, so it freezes. And then it separates out when it defrosts. I've had a few where I've ordered them in the summer and they've come all yucky. So it makes you wonder if it was sitting in a warehouse during the winter and it didn't do well because they wouldn't ship, but they don't think about how cold their warehouses get, right? So and then where's that one I cut it off of there? Oh yes, that's really pretty. So now that one I should be able to cut with my cutter here. And it may be heavy. I don't want it to be identical, so I'll cut it just however. Did I cut that exactly the same? Jeez, can you believe it? Look how my eye wouldn't even let me do it different. Okay, I tried. So. Okay, let's go like this. Let's get to the corner. I like pretty things in my studio, so I thought, well, these are my favorite colors, pink and the teal and the blue. Pull up my sleeves a little bit. It's cold today, so I have on like 3 layers. Try to keep warm. I want something here. I don't know if I just want to use a strip from the side or... No, because I don't want to lose that, so we'll see. I think I might put lace or a different kind of trim over there. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Okay, now let's get, this might be a long video because I haven't been doing it, so I think it would be okay for me to do a longer video today because I want to. This is the same couple, so I think I will use it from over here because I want to get them without the Valentines. That would be my preference, right? I'm not really doing any measurements per se. Now, you see what I did? I got rid of all the hard lines. See, they're gone. See, this is what I call a hard line. That just disappeared, all of the hard lines. Now, I will probably put a lace across that bottom, so that would take care of that hard line, right? And up here, I will get rid of the hard corners. So let's see, what should I do for a soft corner? Maybe just round it. I usually like the pretty corners, but I actually don't, I want this to kind of blend in, so I don't really want to do too big a thing. I am going to do a little bit around this, just a bit, because I do want to stand out some. I'm barely putting any ink on it. And if I put it on there, okay, that erased a lot of hard corners. And it lets me mix all, it's a lot of roses, but that's what I want. This is for my studio. So I'm going to do the thing that I like. A lot of times on something like this, I would add pockets to it to make it more versatile, but I didn't really, this is just, I want, it is its own pocket. Not add a bunch of other pockets, right? Sorry, I'm having a little trouble with words because I'm not supposed to open my jaw very far. It's hard to enunciate if you don't. Lost a bit of weight because I can't really eat all that easily. The TMJ has locked up my jaw. And that came from having my wisdom teeth out young. And they damaged my jaw taking them out because they said they were impacted. I think it's because they weren't really there. And they were doing my sister's who needed hers out. So they just did mine with her. Didn't even tell me. They just said, oh, you're going to come and wait for your sister. And the next thing I know, I'm in the chair, I'm being knocked out, and I'm getting my wisdom teeth pulled with not my permission or even understanding of what I was getting. Woke up in excruciating pain, wondering what the heck. And then vomiting like crazy because I was allergic to the drugs. And then having trouble breathing. Oh, it got really ugly really fast. So, yeah, it wasn't a pleasant experience. And then from that point on, I've had TMJ. Because it cracked my jaw or damaged it or whatever. Oh, it's just starting to really ache, so I'm probably going to have to quit real quick here. So I would love to put some lace across the bottom. I want to see, I love this lace. This is in our shop. I love this lace. It's got roses on it, which is the reason I love it, right? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Let's do that. Let me get, that's a little crooked. So let me go to the next. Let me get this here. I'm not used to having my hair down all the time. Usually I keep it back in a headband or a ponytail. But I just got my hair cut. I got my daughter cut off about 3.5 inches of hair. Yay! It was getting too long and crazy. But now it's tickling my face because it's just a little below my jaw. I mean, it's more shoulder length, I guess. But it sits on top of my shoulders, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to it being behind my back, so it could be itch a little bit. Itch in my face. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. I don't even know where this is going to go. Probably just laying down like this on top of a, pile of stuff. Well, not just random stuff, but I kind of like to do the zigzag because it catches a lot of the edges of the lace, right? And then I kind of go over the top a little bit, back down. I want to make sure through the middle, and then we'll go back. Make sure I've got it on the right side. It's not upside down. It's really an all over print, but sometimes I like it a little better one way than another. So I am going to go like that. Well, I hope you guys are well. What are you guys up to? Anybody doing any exciting projects? I know some of you are making the Marie Antoinette journal, and I think people misunderstood. It was something I did the cover with you, but I think some people missed that it was a long project. You know, it was something that I was going to make stuff for it as I went along. It wasn't just going to be one kit or one paper. I ended up with a couple different covers because, you know, they didn't work out, which was fine with me. I mean, more chances to be creative, right? Love to be creative. Love making things. And it's not something I'm planning on doing, finishing or doing. I work on individual pieces for it on video, but it is not a video project where I'm going to do start to finish. No start to finish on that. So it's just something that I shared how to make use a cardboard box to, you know, food packaging to make a cover. And I didn't end up doing that, but then you ended up also seeing how to use your 12 by 12 paper pads for that. And I've already made a Marie Antoinette out of the Medieval Mirage kit for Marie Antoinette. I already have a number of projects. I think there's 4 or 5 videos of me working in that. And that was 8 months ago. So that was almost a year ago. So it's definitely something that I did a long time ago. Isn't that pretty? Then I could decide to decorate up and around if I want to make that a feature. I could add something here. But that gives you your base. Now I do want to do a little bit. I could use pink, I suppose. Maybe I will use Victorian Velvet is one of my favorites. This was like the first pink, sort of pinkish color, pink based, that Tim Holtz came out with many years ago. And I found it right off the bat, started using it, and everybody's like, what color are you using? Because everybody got so used to seeing vintage photo that to see something else was like, what is that? And where can I get it? I was like, well, it's a Tim Holtz thing. And they sold a lot of those things to me because I was like really loving it and using it on every piece I did. So now if I want to, I could absolutely definitely put a piece of paper or two in the back and cover it up. If I was going to use this for something else, then I would definitely worry about it. This is bugging me though. I don't like that. So my brain is quickly going, what can I use? What can I use? What can I use? What do I want to use up, right? And the problem is this is storage. So I hate to use any of my good stuff, you know. I'm like hesitant to use my fancy trims or my expensive trims. Let's see. Hold on a minute. I found one. Well, maybe. We'll see. I have a lot of this, so I don't mind using it. That's when I have limited amounts, because I just have bits, you know, from buying over the years, and then I have stuff that's... This is in our shop, too. Ooh, that adds a whole new thing to it, doesn't it? Oh, my gosh. Love it. Do I want to go all the way down? Yeah, I do. Okay. I think I need something smaller to cut that. Let me get, whoopsie. Hold on. It's dark today. We're getting ready to rain. I can feel it. My head's starting to pound. I do feel the barometric pressure when it starts to change outside. I'm going to put it on both sides because you know me. The more bling, the better. And we do carry this in our shop. I think it's under the Vintage Paper Girl tab, if you want to find it. Category. I know Jolene like did that. Oh, I'm getting warm. Finally warmed up. You know, moving around, you get really warm. Okay. So, do any of you have someone getting married this year? My niece is getting married. I believe in October. And so she's my niece and my goddaughter. My sister and her husband had just moved here from Illinois, so I helped a lot with her when they first moved here back to California. So they were up in the Bay Area, but I didn't care. I was like, I'll go up there. So I got to help out with her a lot. So she's kind of more like my daughter in some ways than my niece. She's definitely my goddaughter. So she's getting married. So I sent her some things she needed so she's doing a lot of the wedding DIY these days. You know, weddings are outrageously expensive. And my sister's not well. So neither is my brother-in-law. So I sent her some stuff that she needed. I'm not helping with the wedding because I can't, but whatever she needs. I told her, whatever you need, you let me know, and I'm going to help you get it so that you can have the wedding you want, if I can. Because with the shop, we have connections now that we didn't have, but I can help her get stuff. So that's an extra diamond. I'll put that in my little dish. There we go. What do you guys think of that? I love that. Yes, yes. And I would love to put some lace around that and make it really a feature. I guess here we go. Here I go again. Can I do simple? No. Not possible. So anyway, now I have this the way I want it. Oh my gosh, I've got scissors everywhere as usual. If I don't have at least 3 pairs of scissors on my desk, I'm not having enough fun. And yep, there's 3, so I'm definitely having fun. Love to create, and I will sit here and create long after the video goes off, but you get the idea. So what that lets me do, got to figure out how to get all this out. Yeah, there they all go. I don't think I can transfer them in the same way I got them out. Well, no, that's not going to work. Okay, well, anyway, this will be the next one I cover. I'm going to put that on the floor. I was going to stick some stuff in there, but you get the idea, right? Oh, I can just throw some of this in there. You just saw this, right? So we can put that in there. Now, I probably don't like that back, so I'm definitely going to want to cover that. That will give this some more stability, too. I probably wouldn't go very far down, but I would definitely grab maybe a piece that I have like this and just, you know, put it along the back. See how pretty that would look? I mean, even though it doesn't go to the ends, or I could go all the way and then just take a bit over there, and that would give you your finished thing. And then I'm thinking I'm definitely going to want to highlight them. I was trying to get rid of hard edges, which I did do, but I would also like them to stand out a bit because they're so beautiful, right? And then I have something really pretty that I can put my projects in, you know. I think that will be very fun. So just get yourselves, if you need some organization and you want to, you know, I think I'm going to cover a bunch of them just to throw projects into, unfinished projects or things I want to remember or do for YouTube or for my Instagram. It'd be nice just to have really pretty folders that maybe I have just stacked up somewhere and, you know, be able to just pull out what I want to use. Yeah, I have a ton of clear plastic, you guys, so much plastic, but you can only stack so much plastic. It takes up so much space. So I found that to not be really the best. It's good for some things, but not everything. So especially when you're working with paper, and I've got all these things prepped for future videos, you know, so I think it's really a good idea to have a good organization for that. Or maybe even digital kits if you're buying digital kits and you want to put all the bits and pieces for your project in there, because it does fold out. You know, it's got that lovely space here. I think this opens up to 1 inch. So it will definitely, if I pop it out, see, it'll stand up, right? So yeah, I'm definitely going to want to cover this back side. And I may even print some more so I have more of those pieces to use, because I know this is a kit I'm going to use over and over. And then, like I said, I got this other one, which, oh my gosh, there's so many gorgeous images in this Vintage Desk Set 3. She's been trying to get it out. Well, it's finally out. So thank you, Tina, for doing that for us. I love Shabby Dabby Doodah. As you know, I have almost every kit she's ever made. Not everything. I would say I have 70. Oh, no, I'd say I have 80% of her kits. So, you know. But I want to thank you for watching, for coming back and looking at this video. I'm not sure if there will be another one, if we'll have a Saturday video or what we're going to have, but I hope to see you all very soon. I love you guys. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.